Hi there, this is going to be a UK owner's review of the latest GoCycle G4i. The price in the UK is a rather incredible £4,000 at the time of purchase in July 2021. This particular model is available in a black, a grey, or I decided to go for this nice white on black finish because I like the contrast. It's been years since I've owned a bike. I used to be a very keen cyclist as a teenager, and I decided why not. The battery capacity of this G4i model is just 375 watt hours. There are three models in the line: the slightly cheaper G4 model, which comes with a 300 watt hour battery, and the more expensive G4i Plus model, which has exactly the same specification as this G4i model, but comes with the addition of carbon fibre wheels, which saves even more weight for this electric compact urban commuter folding bike. Due to the COVID pandemic over the past 18 months, there's been an explosion in bike sales, and really any bike at any price have been very hard to come by. But what attracted me to the GoCycle is firstly because it's the fourth generation of the GoCycle and it's been refined with each model, and I just love the technology, which I'll talk about later on, and just the clean lines and the fact that it reminded me of a BMX, which I used to be into quite a lot in my younger days. So how heavy is the GoCycle G4i? On my calibrated scales, I measured it at 17.7 kilograms, which was a bit of a disappointment. GoCycle in their literature quote the weight as 16.6 kilograms, but rather bizarrely state this is without the kickstand. But as we shall see later, the kickstand is an essential part of the GoCycle. So it's almost 18 kilograms. This electric bike is a little bit heavier than I was expecting, but I have to say the general build quality and sturdiness and agility are still worth it even at that slightly increased weight. The G4i is constructed of fairly exotic materials. It has magnesium wheels, a hydroformed alloy front frame, a carbon fibre mid frame, and an injection moulded magnesium clean drive system making up the rear portion of the bike. And here you can see the V-shaped frame, which enables the GoCycle to be used by riders of varying heights from just over 5 foot to well over 6'4". And now for a closer look at the kickstand, the central and new for this model carbon fibre section. And excuse me for filming this in an unseasonable heat wave in the UK at the end of July, but the flies being attracted to the high gloss paint finish. And here you can see the single-sided carbon fibre front fork and the magnesium alloy wheel. The front handlebar section looks as if it's got front suspension, but in fact this rubber piece just helps to cover some screws necessary for adjustment of the height. This is an e-bike, so this is the on-off button. And when you press it, you hear this, and you get like a little Night Rider type thing going on. And another improvement on this G4i model for this year is the addition of a USB-C charging socket for a smartphone. And this is the close-up of the GoCycle branded comfort grips, and then also a rather nice and loud bell. And these are two of the lowest tech pieces of items on the whole bike. These are two little rubber straps to hold your smartphone in place while you're riding the GoCycle. A closer look at the daytime running lights on this model. Low brightness mode, high brightness mode, and then off. On purchasing the GoCycle and then downloading the free GoCycle app, and after connecting to the bike via Bluetooth, you have various information available on the screen. This is in landscape mode, and when you mount your smartphone on the handlebars of the bike using those rubber grips, this becomes like a very clear and legible dashboard. So any review of a folding e-bike would not be complete without the folding process. Step 1 for the GoCycle is to fold the kickstand down, which raises the rear wheel off the ground, place the pedals just so, and then release the central clasp. And I'm releasing also here the handlebar clasp. This allows you to fold the front half of the bike towards the rear so the wheels come together, and then that allows you to fold the handlebars down. And there's one small final step, which is just a small rubber band which keeps the two sections together. Then that allows you to just wheel the GoCycle away, ensuring good mobility. And here is a close-up of the rubber band which just fastens to below the bell attachment. And this just shows you the socket for the charging cable. That's hidden behind a waterproof rubber plug, that makes things nice and easy. And in its folded state, you can just have a closer look at the battery, which is hidden away within the main frame. You can twist that blue handle, and that allows you to extricate and slide out the battery if you needed to charge the battery at home in your bedroom without taking the whole bike indoors. The GoCycle in its folded state is very compact indeed, and you can even release the seat post and reverse it to make it even more compact. I think you'll agree, a very clever and clean piece of design which enables you, for example, take this bike into an office or indeed public transport if you ever needed to take this on a longer journey. And here you can have a closer look at the rear suspension post, which gives 25mm of travel, which makes the GoCycle extremely smooth to ride. And perhaps the biggest selling point, which is the clean drive system, which completely encloses the chain and makes it maintenance free. And to make the GoCycle even more compact, you can remove one of the pedals, and then this can be stored on the bike. For example, if you're putting this in the boot of your car and you don't want it to snag on anything. And this is now a close-up of the charging brick that comes with the GoCycle. Brick being a very apt word, as it weighs almost a kilo including the cables. And this is how you charge the GoCycle. I'm lucky enough not to have to bring the GoCycle in to the house, but can just charge it in the garage. Once you turn it on, you get a red light charging indicator, and it takes around 3.5 hours from empty to fully charge up the GoCycle. So I'm just coming to the end of this initial review of the GoCycle G4i. There is no getting away from the fact that this is a very expensive e-bike, but then e-bikes tend to be quite expensive, and you're definitely paying a premium for the design, which means there are no visible cables on this bike, and the chain being completely enclosed promises maintenance free riding. The GoCycle has a front mounted hub motor providing 250 watts of power, which is the maximum allowed in the EU or in the UK as things stand. And what will be following, which I hope will be a long-term review, warts and all, will be driving impressions, or should I say riding impressions. But to cut a long story short, over this initial 2-week period and almost 100 miles, it's been absolutely fantastic. It's very light, very agile and so smooth with the predictive gear shifting. I just am really enjoying cycling again. If you enjoy this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you really enjoy it, please subscribe and follow the review.